Alright folks, buckle up, because we're diving into the chaotic world of Trump-era governance. And let's be honest, chaotic might be an understatement. We've got a situation here where the government's operating less like a well-oiled machine and more like a clown car careening down a hill. First up, Manatees. Yes, you heard that right, Manatees. Let's talk about the Manatee refuge debacle.
We even today had news that Trump's truly inexplicable, even bizarre cuts at a refuge for Florida manatees. That has now been reversed. Trump fired the rangers at this manatee refuge, but now, quote, after public outcry and 2 court orders, the rangers are back on the job. This is such a stupid way to run a government.
See, inexplicable and bizarre are the operative words here. Trump's administration, for reasons that remain a mystery to most sane individuals, decided to fire rangers at a manatee refuge. Now, these aren't just your average park rangers. They're vital for protecting these gentle giants. But as you heard, after a public outcry and 2 court orders, they were forced to reverse this decision. This is a perfect example of what we're seeing: a government run on random whims, not logic. Now, the anchor makes a crucial point. These reversals only happen when enough people scream loud enough. And even then, it's often a half-baked fix designed to quiet the critics, not solve the problem. But while we're all distracted by the Manatee melodrama, what else is falling apart? What about the things where the people being hurt don't have the power to make a ruckus?
Right? Random individual disasters manage somehow to get enough attention to often get protested, and then the Trump people find they can't really defend them, and so those things then get partially restored or maybe not really restored, but they say they'll fix them and they hope people stop complaining. But meanwhile, while people are scrambling to try to fix that mistake they made, these guys are destroying 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000 other things all the time. It is a terrible, absolutely ridiculous way to run a government, especially under the name of efficiency, right? I mean, how can it be that the reason we still have people on the job today storing and transporting our nuclear weapons is not because Donald Trump didn't fire them, because he did, but only because, just our luck, the right people found out that he had fired them and made a big enough ruckus about it in time so some of them could be hired back. That is the reason we now have people on the job keeping our nuclear weapons from prematurely exploding.
Absolutely ridiculous is right, and it gets worse. Let's talk about Social Security. Trump promised to leave Social Security alone, but surprise, surprise, that promise is about as reliable as a chocolate teapot. We're seeing massive staff cuts, website crashes, and retirees and disabled people left stranded. And the anchor highlights the point that the people who need this the most are the ones who can't fight back.
And so here we are. Headline, Washington Post. Social Security website keeps crashing as DOJ demands cuts to IT staff. Retirees and disabled people are facing chronic website outages and other access problems as they attempt to log into their online Social Security accounts. The website has crashed repeatedly in recent weeks, with outages lasting anywhere from 20 minutes to almost a day. Even when the site is back online, many customers have not been able to sign into their accounts or have logged in only to find information missing. The disruptions are occurring as Trump's acting Social Security chief and the DOJ team move to lay off large swaths of the workforce. Thousands of Social Security employees have already been pushed out, many in customer-facing roles, others with expertise in the agency's technology systems. The network outages are one in a cascade of blows to customer service that also have hobbled phone systems and field office operations as the workforce shrinks. The network crashes specifically appear to be caused by an expansion initiated by the Trump team. The Trump technology staff did not test the software against a high volume of users to see if the servers could handle a rush.
This isn't just a minor inconvenience. We're talking about people's livelihoods, their very survival being jeopardized. And the reason? Rushed changes, understaffing, and a complete disregard for the consequences. It's just a mess, as the New York Times put it.
Quote, just a mess. Staff cuts, rushed changes, and anxiety at Social Security. President Trump promised not to touch Social Security, but as Elon Musk's team trims staff and plans that's doing a lot of work there. Trims staff and plans cuts to phone services, the system is groaning under the pressure. And here's the lead. Quote, the line started forming outside the Social Security office in suburban Glendale, Arizona, not long after sunrise. Dozens of retirees and people with disabilities shuffling papers, some leaning on walkers, all anxious to know whether Trump's government overhaul had put their safety nets at risk. When 9 a.m. came, an employee emerged from the building with flyers, asking the crowd to come back once they had scheduled an appointment. One woman yelled, "I've called for days." Another said, "We came from a long ways away." Still another let everyone know they had been handed a load of bunk, though she used a more colorful term.
And the human cost of this mess is heartbreaking. We're talking about people like Teresa Boswell, a Trump voter in Arizona, who now finds herself struggling to access her benefits. This isn't abstract, it's real people, real suffering.
Teresa Boswell, whose vote for Mr. Trump in November helped flip Arizona, but who found herself fuming outside the Social Security office in Glendale last week, unable to sign up for $1,200 in monthly benefits after she retired from her job processing legal papers, told The Times, quote, "I didn't know he was going to pull this." She told The Times, quote, "This is a joke."
The sheer irony, a voter directly impacted, and the administration's response? To try and hide the problems. They say we wouldn't want to draw any attention to these problems because, you know, transparency is for suckers.
Quote, "The White House has grown worried enough about the political fallout from the long lines and wait times that White House officials are pressuring Social Security administrators to reduce the information that they put online, which could draw attention to problems." Yeah, we wouldn't want to draw any attention to these problems.
But here's a glimmer of hope. Arizona's Attorney General is taking action, creating a simple website for people to report these issues. It's a small step, but it's a step in the right direction. It's a reminder that someone is listening, that these people aren't alone.
There's one-page website. I spent some time on it today. This is it. This is the whole page. This is what it looks like. It's very simple. And the reason they put up this webpage is for people in Arizona, if they're having trouble with Social Security because of what Trump is doing to it, they can use this website to report it to her office, to report it to their own state attorney general's office. So number one, the attorney general's office can document what the problems are. Number two, they can hopefully offer some help. And number three, you know what maybe is the most important thing here?
This is what real leadership looks like. Not hiding problems, but addressing them. Not ignoring the vulnerable, but supporting them. And that's the difference between a government that cares and a government that's just a mess. So what's the takeaway here? Trump's administration is a masterclass in mismanagement, where the loudest voices get heard and the most vulnerable are left to fend for themselves. And while the Manatees might be safe, for now, countless others are paying the price. This isn't just politics, it's people's lives, and it's a stark reminder of what's at stake.